I'm supposed to be able to hear it.
Welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to Hard Reset, a Cold North production. We're back. We've been on hiatus. I've been moving. And now we have fancy new technologies. So we're live on Twitch.
Boy.
Tim, I feel like we probably should have discussed this before going live.
Mm-hmm.
But you should probably be hosting us.
I should
Probably should be.
Yes. We probably should have thought of that together as a team.
I thought about it
beforehand.
this morning, but then didn't
But
follow through.
What channel are you even using?
it's twitch.tv the
Oh
Lawnmowers.
my
Oh, okay, you're using that one. All right.
Yes.
Are you sure we're live? Because I'm not showing you up.
It's showing that it's live. So, hold on. I got to check what number we're on because it's been that long. So, you guys can just riff for a second. Do me a favor. All right, it's number 125. The one where we're just going to talk a bunch of bullshit about the stuff that's happened in like the last month, because this was like the worst month of the entire year for us to not be podcasting.
Yeah, pretty much. A lot of stuff came out.
A lot of stuff, a lot of announcements, a lot of news, and some video games. A small one called The Last of Us Part 2 that I'm going to ask nobody spoils because I am 2 hours into the game because it came out while I had nothing. So let's avoid spoilers on Last of Us Part 2. And besides that, what have you guys been playing this week? Ben, tell me what you've been playing.
Well, I finished up The Last of Us Part 2, and then I got back into a little bit of Assassin's Creed again, because that is a really long game, but a very fun one. I am certainly enjoying it still, and The Last of Us Part 2 was a very good game. I would say it's not quite as great as the first one was, but it was still definitely pretty solid. Yeah, and very enjoyable.
Nice. Not as good
Yeah.
as the first one. Interesting.
Yeah, don't want to say anything more because you don't want it ruined, obviously, but
Yeah. Well, and I mean, that's kind of the biggest bummer because, like, that's like the worst thing that game could possibly have done is like be really good, but not as good as the first. Because, you know what I mean? Because, like, actually, I guess I say different things about True Detective 2. True Detective 2 was fantastic, just not as good as 1. But what else have you been playing besides Last of Us Part 2? You said Assassin's Creed?
yeah,
Now, that's Odyssey,
Yeah.
correct?
Odyssey, correct? Yes.
Okay.
So has it sold you on Valhalla yet?
Yeah, no, I think I'll be getting Valhalla very early.
Nice. It's a good thing. You know what? Sorry. Actually, let's come back to that. Tim, what have you been playing?
Well, Halo 3 just came out on PC today, so I spent all day playing that. But besides that, I just finished Dark Souls 2 last week. Working through the whole series again. I just started Bloodborne yesterday, and I'm working my way through it. So.
Okay. I was watching you play a little bit of Bloodborne. That game, oh, hi, Ghost. That game is crazy.
Yep.
But
Fun, though.
yeah, definitely. And because you like the Soulsborne games, don't you?
Oh, I love them. They're
Yeah.
great. I mean, aside from 2. 2 is kind of meh in my eyes, but
Really?
the rest of them are... Yeah.
3 is better?
I think I liked 3 better.
Okay. All right. Well,
I'll be playing through 3 again, so I'll let you know once that one's finished.
nice. All right, and
My dudes, how do I host somebody on Twitch?
So if you go to your actual channel and just type in your chat /host space and then the channel name, you can do it that way.
Right.
I tried going to the channel and the button wasn't there, so I just did it that way. I don't know. With Twitch's new UI update, it's kind of messed up a few things.
Wait. How's the easiest way to get to my channel?
Top right corner, click on yourself and my channel.
All right. Oh. And it is. I am already hosting it. Okay, cool. Oh, yeah. I'm set to automatically host both of you guys. So.
oh, so you were already doing it.
No worries.
Nice.
All right.
So I played through. I'm not sure if I mentioned it this last time we were on, but I played through all of BioShock Infinite on Switch. That game is amazing, and the Switch port runs incredibly well.
Any frame drops anywhere? Or?
No, like rock solid, great performance, looks fantastic. I mean, as good as BioShock Infinite ever has. And I gotta say, I'm pretty stoked on how this Switch port turned out.
That might have me convinced to actually try it.
I
I don't know. I haven't put something on my Switch for a while. Although I'm gonna be playing Tsushima coming up this week. So.
Yeah, you're gonna be playing Tsushima on PS4. Honestly, like I would say definitely play BioShock. Like pick up BioShock. You can pick and choose. You can do the collection for $50, or you can do, I just want to play BioShock Infinite for $20. It's honestly just such a fantastic game. Like BioShock Infinite is one of my favorite games of all time. And to play it portably and have it run really, really surprisingly well. It was cool. Like BioShock 1 and BioShock 2 they're pretty dated at this point. They're pretty old. But BioShock Infinite was like a pretty big and like meaty game, and for it to be crammed down into the Switch and run really well is impressive.
I mean, Definitely. It was also 2011, 2012 on that one?
13.
So. Was it 13?
Yep.
Okay.
Ooh, it's this Friday that Country is available on Switch, isn't it?
I thought it was tomorrow.
Oh, maybe it is. Oh, sweet. I'm freaking kind of excited for that.
As you should be. So let's jump into that. New Nintendo Switch Online games. The only one that matters is Donkey Kong Country. I think we can all agree on that.
Yeah. But being able to play Country for free is fucking awesome.
Tim, you're not stoked on Donkey Kong Country?
Nah, not really. I'm not a huge fan of those games, to be honest.
You know how I feel about those games, but
I know how you love them to death.
Oh my god, I agree with you, Ben. I am 100% so psyched to play that game, but I still wish it was Country 2. Every time Country gets love, and I'm like, why not Country 2? Like 2 is a better game.
Think that they could eventually do Country 2?
Yeah, totally. And like I mean, the door isn't closed like it was when they shipped the SNES Classic with Country and not Country 2. But the fact that the SNES and NES games have kind of on Switch have kind of like slowed down to a trickle is a little bit disheartening, I would say.
Yeah, a little.
I mean, we got Rygar last month. Not last month, but the month before. So they're still pushing them out, just not super fast.
Yeah, they used to be doing them like once a month, and now they're not doing them once a month. They're doing it's more sporadic.
A lot of it has to do with the current state that we're in.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, hopefully we hear some more in the next coming weeks.
For sure.
Because there's a nice little rumor going around that we're going to have a direct by the end of the month.
Oh, really? Why don't you recap us on that, because I haven't heard about that.
There's not really much.
That's with all those SKUs that leaked.
Yeah.
From GameStop, right?
Mm-hmm. It does have to do with a lot of that. I mean, I guess GameStop put up on their website a bunch of different SKUs, and it hinted towards a direct coming up towards the end of the month.
They also had like 4 games priced at $69.99.
Did it really?
Or
I don't know that part.
No, 4. There were like 4 of them were priced at $59.99, so that they were suggesting that it was 4 upcoming first party games was what people were was what a lot of the speculation that I was reading was saying. But there was more than 4 total new SKUs.
Oh yeah, there were tons of SKUs released.
Yeah, but 4 of them were specifically Wii games that were priced at $59.99, which was making people speculate that they would potentially be first-party Nintendo games that would be released within the next year.
Okay.
Yeah, and they also, during their Nintendo Treehouse event earlier this week, or late last week, I can't remember when it was. It was in the past few days.
Time is a flat circle.
Yep, exactly. They did a little bit on Color Splash and a couple other games. But
Do you
at the
mean
end of Color
Origami
Splash,
King?
Yeah, Origami King. Yeah, sorry. Paper Mario, that's just the one that comes to mind because it's the most recent.
There's only Paper Mario. There's just 1,000 of those games.
Yep. But at the end of that presentation, there was a small Metroid teaser where Mario was wearing a paper origami Metroid hat. So that also hinted towards a direct, possibly later in the month.
Yeah, and I'm glad you brought up the Origami King, because as long as we're talking Nintendo, like, what does Nintendo have for the rest of the year? Like,
I can't tell you. Honestly.
Origami King
expansion packs.
Pokemon expansions, and Origami King, and that's it. And so, like,
yeah,
unless they announce more.
Well, I mean, of course, and that's what I'm getting at is, like, they've got to have more, and
I guess Smash characters.
Yeah, but that's not enough to carry.
And probably a few more free Switch online games.
Yeah, guys, we just have had, like, we've been away for so long. There's so much I want to talk to you guys about. Smash characters. Tim, are there 1 or 2 left?
Oh God, there's like 4 or 5 left. Min Min was just the first in the new
pack.
Oh,
okay, so there's 4 left.
Yeah.
Who should be there? I mean, we've had this discussion before.
Based on what they're going with, it seems like it's like Japanese games.
Terry Bogard and Min Min, and, like, come on. I mean, where the Master Chief is getting passed over for
it's
Min
probably
Min?
It's due to licensing, I'm sure. But
there's no way that Microsoft doesn't want Chief in Smash.
Yeah, and they also got Banjo, which I'm sure they had to go through Microsoft for anyways.
Yeah,
so
Banjo was like, but it's so far, like, I bought the first pack, and I was like, oh, maybe I'll get the second pack. But when it was the first one was announced as Min Min, I was just like, I'll wait.
yeah,
I haven't gotten her either, to be honest.
It's like if you guys show me some characters that I'm actually interested in playing with, then maybe I'll get it. But I don't play that game that often, and just to get a bunch of characters that
are like kind of bullshit
from games that I've never even heard of or that I've never had any interest in playing.
Yeah,
then I don't. There's no point in me buying them.
Okay, so let's just go round robin, and we could speculate all day. Let's just go round robin. What's your dream lineup? 4 more characters. You get to pick them. Who are you going to have Sakurai put
let's do a snake draft. Snake draft. We each get 3 picks. Pat, you're first.
Explain what a snake draft is.
All right, so you get the number 1 pick. I get the number 2 pick. Tim gets the number 3 pick, but then Tim gets the number 4 pick, and I get the number 5 pick. You get the number 6 pick.
Okay,
so number 7 pick.
Okay, gotcha. Okay, Master Chief. I can't think of anyone who would be. I can't think of any other character who is more deserving.
Yeah. Yeah, I would say Master Chief makes a lot of sense. That's a good, solid number 1 pick. I'm going to go a little bit out there and go Michael Jordan from 2K.
I mean, if we're doing that, then Seth Rollins.
NBA Jam, Michael Jordan. Yes. Do it, Nintendo.
Okay. Michael Jordan.
I'm going to go with Rayman.
Rayman. I think Rayman is actually realistic. Michael Jordan, is pretty realistic. I don't think so.
You're probably right. I was just.
But it would be cool.
A lot of pressure. You're up again with your next pick.
Next pick. Next pick. I'm going to go with Duke Nukem.
Ooh, also very deserving. Hail to the chief, baby.
That's a really good one. I'm going to go with Nathan Drake.
Also, totally oh man, now you changed my mind on who I was going to pick next.
But you still have to pick next.
Lara Croft. Lara Croft.
Yeah. See, I see her getting in more than Nathan Drake.
I do too. Especially Sony is very protective.
Mm-hmm.
Microsoft has shown that they'll play nice. Are there Square characters in the game already?
What, in
Smash?
Snake.
Yeah, you got Cloud.
Well, and Snake is
Snake is Konami.
Yeah, and that's no longer just a PlayStation thing.
Yeah.
Not good.
Oh, okay. And who's next, Ben?
You're next. You get 2 in a row, remember?
Oh, okay. Yeah, gotcha. Tim, I'm sorry.
So this was your last pick.
All right. I'm sorry that I'm going to do this to you, Tim. Sora.
Mm-hmm. From Kingdom Hearts?
Yeah. I think very deserving. Okay. I don't like the games, but I think Sora is very deserving.
Again, I don't see Sony allowing Nintendo to do that, but it would be interesting to see.
Disney.
Well, so Kingdom Hearts, I don't think Disney has much of a hand in Sora. I think Sora is squarely like a Square character.
I have no idea who owns what at this point. It's ridiculous.
That's the problem with Kingdom Hearts. Well, that and many other things. But
Keyblade.
But I do think Sora would be not only a very deserving character, but also a very fun character to play with different Keyblades and the different attractions from Kingdom Hearts 3. I think Sora would be pretty cool, especially in not only to design for the team, but also to play and could kind of shake things up in competitive.
It would be interesting.
Ben.
So for my last pick, I am going to go with Arthur Morgan.
Oh, there, boy. That's a good pick. I love Arthur.
I try for good picks, It's it would be interesting. There's no super cowboy-ish characters currently, really.
There's a lot of gun characters.
I guess, yeah. I mean, the closest to it is you could with Duck Hunter, you can make the cowboy kind of come out and shoot people, but
yeah,
there's not. A cowboy could be cool.
Yeah, for sure. Tim, last pick.
Can I do a group of 4? Because technically, if one of them gets added, all of them
be like ice climbers.
No. Oh, yeah, kind of.
Or like Pokemon.
I'm gonna go
Pokemon Trainer.
I'm gonna go with the Ninja Turtles.
Ooh. Good pick. I don't see it happening just because it's not.
Or do I?
It's an IP that did not originate in video games.
Yeah, that's true.
Which seems to be a rule
so is Michael
for them.
Jordan. Damn it.
But, well, Michael Jordan, not really an IP, just a person. But
prove it.
But man, he's got all them shoes.
So, kind of at this point, he is an IP. Or at least Jordan is an IP. Maybe Jumpman. No, Jumpman is Mario.
And Jumpman's already in it, so.
Jumpman is Michael Jordan.
Yeah, well, I was saying the Jumpman logo, but I appreciate that we're doing this show a little differently now. We're live on stream, and Ben's still just ripping the bong like he always does.
Good old Colorado.
Okay.
Good.
So, I mean, any other news you guys feel is? Oh, you know what? Before we get into our thoughts on the PlayStation, because tonight's topic, we're going to be talking about the PlayStation 5. But before we get to that, the Ubisoft thing, Ubisoft Forward, happened. What, yesterday? I think.
Did it? I honestly didn't watch it. Didn't even know it was happening.
It was not well publicized. I didn't know it was happening until it was happening.
Well, what wasn't part of that because of the fact that Far Cry stuff leaked?
I don't know. I mean, so the two big things to come out of Ubisoft Forward, I guess 3 big things. 1, Watch Dogs. 2, Valhalla gameplay, and 3, Far Cry. So,
yep, the Far Cry 6 trailer looked really good.
Yes,
it's the only thing that I've seen from it, but it looked absolutely fantastic.
It's pretty much the only thing there is from it, but it looks really, really cool. And I saw a cool post on Reddit today about pointing out the framing of the father standing behind the son, and the father is wearing this red shirt, and the collar actually creates horns on the kid. And so I think the kid is going to be the villain.
Well, I mean, if you look at the scar on the kid's eyebrow, and you look at a picture of Voss,
also has a scar. So
the same exact eyebrow scar.
So do you guys think that, because this is also a rumor that's going around, do you guys think that this is young Voss?
I think it would be pretty cool if it was.
I think it would be a really smart move by Far Cry and an interesting way for them to make me because I haven't been taken by any of their stories as well as I was by 3.
Far Cry 3 is the best story, far and away.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, let's be real. Far Cry 3 is the best Far Cry game.
Yeah. And so I think it would be an interesting and a smart decision for them to make, because that would bring back someone who I'm invested in and have interest in, and
a fan favorite. I mean, people love him. And not to mention, I think Ubisoft had the actor back in the studio recording dialogue, and
he also in something was maybe I'll be reprising the character really soon.
Oh no, that's what I was thinking of.
Put a winky.
Yeah, he talked about I would love to go back. I love that character, and I would love to go back. And it's it seems fishy, and especially with the fact that they were kind of playing coy. I don't know. Maybe we're dreaming. Maybe we're just too hopeful. But that would be really cool. But also, how old is Voss?
In
Far Cry 3,
game,
he's mid-20s, late 20s?
Mid-20s, early 30s, I'd say.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
And I mean, just, and maybe this is just me being too nitpicky and me just being noticing something that they wouldn't have thought of. But the technology, the earbuds that the kid was using wouldn't line up with Voss's age.
Yeah, no, probably not. Not to mention, if I remember correctly, story-wise, he was born on the island anyways. So I don't know why he'd be there.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of feel like that could pretty easily be explained away, but I see what you mean.
Yeah, there are a couple incongruencies that just don't matter.
I mean, I would love it to be the case, but like, we'll just wait and see. I think that this game coming out in February is awesome because it's going to give people a good, meaty game to play on their new consoles. Like, I'm stoked to play Far Cry on I'll probably play it on my Series X.
Do you know what I'm more excited to play?
What?
GTA 5.
GTA 5.
Coming to every console ever for the rest of time.
So I heard a bunch of people because GTA 5 got announced and now I guess now it's time for the topic of the show. Okay.
TKC 2? Okay.
Oh, you guys can hear that now? Sweet.
We can.
Okay.
I've never heard it before.
Yeah, DKC 2. It's one of the best games of all time. I mean, I would say number 2. So anyways, the PlayStation 5 thing happened. Don't roll your eyes at DKC 2 being the second best game of all time. It is.
It's fairly easy too, but yeah.
It's arguably the best.
I can think of many that are better.
It is as close to a perfect game as has ever been made.
That's not the topic of our show now, is it?
The topic of the show this week, we're talking the PlayStation 5 event happened while we were on hiatus, and it opened with Grand Theft Auto 5, which, I mean, a lot of people complained. I was excited. Like, I love Grand Theft Auto 5.
Yeah, same. So long as I can transfer my character over, I'm going to be happy with it.
I'm going to be
everything
totally
in 4K.
on board. It'll be
beautiful.
4K, 120 frames per second. Sign me up. I'm there.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And so
True
a lot
facts.
of people were upset about it. I wasn't one of them.
I know a lot of people are looking for 6, but,
Give them
take
time.
what you get.
Give them time. I mean, it was what, like 4 years between GTA 5 and the trailer for Red Dead and the announcement for Red Dead 2. So, give them time.
It's true.
That being said, though, I heard that music and I was excited. And I heard like Michael started talking and I was excited. A lot of people weren't, but something that I've heard on like podcasts and seen in discussion on like Reddit and whatnot, people are saying, is this the first game to ever span 3 generations? And the answer is no.
Oh, it's not?
FIFA 14 came out on every single PlayStation except the PlayStation 1.
PS2, PS3, and PS4. Hell yeah.
And PSP and PS Vita.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I mean, they're still making most of their games for PS2 because they're everywhere, especially in like third world.
Well, back then,
I don't think that. Yeah, they stopped now.
FIFA 14 was the second to last PlayStation 2 game behind PES 14. So,
Good when they were still making them, but
In front of, you mean, if it was the second to last.
yeah, I guess you're right. But let's just get general thoughts. The PlayStation conference as a whole, out of 10, what score are you giving it?
about a 7.
Ben?
I was going to go probably 6.
Okay.
It was just a little underwhelming.
I think that I would agree with Tim if the console weren't so fucking ugly. So I'm going to go 6.5.
I don't know why people hate the look of this console. The only problem with it is that it's so fucking big.
It's
Other than
gigantic.
that, I love it. I love
that,
the look of it.
That's why I liked that video that I posted
The AR
last
thing.
week, where they were next to with them next to each other, because it's really not that much bigger than the giant box that's going to be sitting on wherever
the
you.
series is actually a lot bigger than I expected it to be.
That's true.
I thought it seemed smaller, and now that I've seen it next to the PS5, I'm like, oh, okay, so it's pretty massive too. Like, and they're both pretty good sized.
Also, Microsoft released that there was a trailer for the Series X, dropped I think earlier today, and I watched it and I saw the Series X next to the controller at the end of the trailer, and I was like, oh no, that controller is like way smaller than I was like remembering in my mind, like up against the Series X. So Ben, you definitely like. I appreciate you sharing that video because you're right. It's much bigger than I thought. Also, I appreciate you managing that cable on your microphone. Ben stepped it up while we were gone.
No, it's been like that forever.
No way.
Yeah, it was like that in my old house.
Oh, wow.
It's been like that since we've started.
Huh. Well, I'm an ass. But so I'm going to go with a 6.5. What was the standout for you guys?
Honestly, for me, it was the look of the console itself.
Really?
I got such a good laugh out of it. I just absolutely love it. It gives me that like futuristic kind of like space age bit of tech.
I definitely laughed at it.
Yeah, I can see why. I mean, let's face it, the PlayStation router, it does need a little bit of work. But yeah, I liked that. If you were talking games though, I got to go with Spider-Man, Miles Morales. That's probably the biggest thing that came out of it for me.
Yeah, definitely.
I don't know what's the biggest thing that came for me. Like, I didn't even really watch it. I mostly just saw your guys' updates, so I guess that's partially. I watched like the Spider-Man trailer, and I feel like that looks cool, but I also partially feel like it looks sort of like a glorified expansion pack in a lot.
That's
of ways,
kind of what it is, though.
I know. Came out and said it's its own game. Like, yeah, it's gonna be.
It's a standalone.
It's weird.
Yeah,
but it's also like it's the same New York.
Yeah,
New York doesn't change.
It's a standalone in a similar way that like. It's a standalone in a similar way that like Undead Nightmare was a standalone.
Yeah, I guess. But that was a $15 standalone.
I agree. I'm just like, I'm just stoked to be playing because Spider-Man was so good. I'm just excited to be playing more Spider-Man.
Yeah, but if it's gonna be $70 fucking bucks, this better be like you better get the original game with the updated graphics or some shit too.
Yeah. Yeah, $70 is going to be pretty steep for that game. But also, I mean we're saying that, but like we don't know how.
Or else it's going to be like need to have like
if it's just as long as Spider-Man?
15, yeah, like it's like a 15 to 20 hour story.
Yeah.
Then I would be okay with paying that much, but
yeah, I mean if it's just as long as Spider-Man, I'm totally on board with paying $70.
Yeah, some of these things just do have me a little worried about the $70 price tag on things.
Okay, so I'm going to make a video about this, but let's discuss.
Oh, I guess it's just games like that where I'm just like, man, if they really don't deliver on like a satisfying story, I'm going to kind of feel a little bit ripped off for paying $70 for a game that takes the same location as the last game and with similar but some different powers, obviously.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. It's just, but I guess that's the only one that really specifically has me worried about that.
Are you sold on the Mamba Forever edition of 2K yet?
I'm a little bit I don't know. I don't hate the idea of it. I don't love the idea of it. I get that I'm paying $100 to get it on both. I wish they were just doing the like smart delivery or whatever they're calling it when people are letting you have them both. But
yeah,
which
I don't know. I feel like Microsoft probably should have pushed a little harder to say like, no, smart delivery is just a feature of the Xbox Series X, and like if you're gonna put a game on the Xbox One, if you're gonna make a game for the Series X, smart delivery is just gonna be a part of what you're gonna have to do.
Mm-hmm.
I wish that Microsoft had pushed for a little more consumer friendly practices there.
Yeah, because like it would suck to pay $60 and then pay $70 for sure. But like then like so the thing is like that since I game share with Billy and that's like one of the main games that we get together. I'll have to be like, oh, hey, are you down to pay $50 each to get the Mamba
Even
Forever
though you're
edition?
not getting the Xbox right away.
Yeah, but then if you do get the Xbox, you'd have the new version on the Xbox, which I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, all right, that's where it
Tim,
becomes hard. And then also if you do get like bonus like VC and stuff for that, I'm sure only one person who downloads the game is going to get that.
Yeah,
and
definitely.
So that would also be like, oh, who gets that? And I guess maybe that person pays a little more.
Tim, tell me what you think about the $70 price point.
I'm part of me is against it, part of me is not. I understand that bringing the price tag up to $70 would make it basically what $60 was back in like 2005, 2006.
Still less, actually.
Is it really? I could have sworn it was like about even.
No, it's still so the purchasing power of $60 in 2005 when games made the jump now has the purchasing power of about $78.
Okay, so $70 plus tax. So yeah, about the same is where I'm keeping it at. So from that point of view, yeah. From the other end, I don't feel like that extra $10 is going to do anything for us as consumers. I don't feel like the developers are going to roll that back into anything else. I feel like they're still going to be pumping out DLC for
Microtransactions.
Yep, I feel like all of that's going to continue. I don't feel like it's going to put a stop to any of it. I feel like it's just going to be that extra $10 price point. It's like, oh, all right, I guess we're paying $10 for games now.
That's where the games as a service does start to become so much more attractive.
Well, and especially like, and I mean, I heard this on an IGN podcast, but like, if games start costing $70, then suddenly the proposal, the value proposition of something like Game Pass becomes even more valuable.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, like especially if so. Then like day one when the 1S comes out, I already own a game for it, and I don't necessarily care about playing that much, but I'll probably play it. I'll probably download and play it. But that's kind of cool. With Halo in.
Yeah, I mean, I'm super pumped for Halo Infinite, and I don't know, excited for the 23rd. So Ben, you said that because Tim, the standout for you was Miles Morales, or the standout for you was like Miles Morales and the console. Ben, did you land solid on any specific standout, or was it really just being nervous about $70 games?
Yeah, I don't think I really had a standout. I guess, like I thought that the design of it was a cool. I think the design is cool, and I thought it was kind of a like. I was like, oh, nice. That's a cool. They took a chance and they took a shot. They didn't make something that was just a box.
They definitely outside the box.
And I don't know. I don't hate it. So, I mean, it's something that will be like if you have it in your living room, it will be noticeable in your living room. That's for sure.
Well, I mean, noticeable. Even if it weren't for the design, noticeable because it would be hard to miss something that big.
Well, but I mean, I guess it'll in your living room. It'll just be sitting next to the giant square trash can.
Yeah. Yeah.
And in my bedroom, it'll just be sitting next to the giant square trash can.
No, it'll definitely be in my office, home office.
That's fair. Yeah.
So I was going to ask you guys 2 SKUs, and this is something that we were kind of thinking of.
Well, now we've got the Lockhart.
Yeah, so Microsoft hasn't announced their second SKU yet, but it seems like, at least according to leaks and rumors, it seems like Microsoft is approaching their second SKU in a different way than Sony did. And regarding design of the PlayStation 5, the PlayStation 5 digital looks like it was designed, like it looks like that was their intentional design. And then they just added an optical drive to it.
Yeah, I'm getting the digital one.
I think I will be as well. I just don't have the space to keep physical games anymore.
Yeah, and I don't buy physical games really on PlayStation. Me and Tim just get them digitally.
Are you guys going to continue game sharing?
That's the plan, I think.
Yeah. That's a crime.
It works well for us.
You can suck my left nuts then. Come at me.
You guys are criminals.
Oh, boy.
Is it really? But I thought...
No, it's not.
Yeah, I was going to say.
I mean, maybe it is, but like...
No, I'm pretty sure it's not because like they wouldn't have it set up on both consoles that you could do it if it were a crime.
Yeah, no. So I'm gonna get the physical edition at least. I might get both.
Oh my god, you're
insane.
Kind of insane.
I am. I'm stupid.
Insane.
I am
You're
very
incredibly
stupid.
You don't need to.
I don't.
You're literally making fun of how big it is, but then you're gonna have fucking 2 of them.
Yeah, of course.
You're gonna just stack them on top of each other.
Yeah.
Don't you wish you could? How much would you pay to get one of the dev kits too?
No, that ain't me.
Really? You wouldn't pay to get a dev kit?
I don't think so.
As a collector, you don't think that would be cool?
In the middle, use the other ones for wings. You could make a spaceship out of it.
Yeah, see, well, I was gonna say I might interlace the flaps of my digital and my physical one.
Blow the hot air just into each other.
Yeah,
with the V,
just over. Oh, suck my jag off.
But as a collector, I would think you would be interested in owning a dev kit. I would.
Point. It would have to be for like a console that I'm really, really like in love with. So if I could get a dev kit GameCube, I would be way into that.
I see.
Or like a Panasonic Q. I would love to own a Panasonic Q.
Those are nice.
But Tim is also on board with me on that, I'm sure.
Yeah, the Q is nice.
Yeah. So you guys are both doing digital. I'm going to do the physical one, maybe the digital one as well.
Have Jill buy the digital one.
I think I'm going to have her buy both. That's why I did this.
It's the only reason you're married.
Yeah, I married a lawyer.
Hopefully she can pass the bar.
I paid all the bills while she was in law school.
Technically, you're still paying all the bills, aren't you?
Yeah. So, Yeah, no, I liked it. I would say the standout for me was probably Horizon.
Really?
Yeah, I thought it looked really
Horizon,
good. Forbidden West.
New Dawn or New Continent or whatever they're calling
Forbidden West.
I like just
America edition.
I don't know.
I
Didn't
never
you really
finished
like
Horizon.
the first one?
I never finished Horizon either, and that's where I think I like the games. I felt like were kind of underwhelming.
Oh, really?
Because
Ghostwire
like
Tokyo?
I would have. Sorry, what?
Ghostwire Tokyo didn't do it for you?
I don't know if I actually watched that trailer.
It looks okay.
Fair enough. Maybe I'll watch that after this.
Huh. Interesting. Well, final thoughts on the PlayStation 5, and then I have one last question for you. So, Tim, final thoughts?
In 30 years, I'm going to build the Death Star out of them.
All right. Don't know how you're going to do that. They're not circular.
I'll make it work.
All right. Ben.
It's going to be the highlight of the World's Fair.
All right. That's even better. Okay. So, final question on PlayStation 5. We have now seen a lot of PlayStation 5 and a lot of Xbox Series X. Which way are you guys leaning at this point? As far as like, I mean, we're obviously all going to buy both, but as far as like kind of being your main platform for what you're going to play most of your stuff on, are you going to do Xbox or PlayStation?
At this point, I'm going PlayStation. Mainly because Halo Infinite I'll be able to play on my PC.
Oh, okay.
And yeah, there are just a few more games. At least at this time, there are a few more games that are coming off the PS5 that I want to play that are exclusive to the PS5.
Demon Souls.
But that might change come the 23rd. We'll find out.
Yeah.
I mean, probably lean in the Series X.
Why?
Just the same reasons that I usually lean towards the Xbox. That more of my community is there, and
makes sense.
Yeah.
I think I'm also leaning Series X.
But I'm gonna have them both pretty early on.
For sure. Day one. Like I'll do both day one. I'm also leaning Series X. I just think that Microsoft is making all the right moves right now. And like they set up, I mean, they've been setting up the pins for 3 years. And like they stumbled with the Xbox One. That there's no denying that. And they struggled for 4 years to make that thing work. And then they finally like got their head above water with the Series X or with the One X and like kind of stopped the bleeding, but they didn't make any sort of recovery. And they've spent the last 3 or 4 years setting up the pins to kind of get ready to get back in the game. And I think they're going to knock them all down. So they're making all the right moves. I'm super stoked on the Xbox ecosystem right now. And plus the Elite Series 2 controller is just unbeatable.
Yeah.
Is it bad?
It's going to be nice. Oh, sorry, Tim. Go ahead.
Is it bad that part of me is just wanting Xbox to fail? If only for the reason that I can use a gift from Disney's Hercules of Hades going, "We were so close and we tripped at the finish line." I mean, put an Xbox over it.
If Sony fails, you could use that gift.
Either one, I'll be able to do it. So.
Just don't tell anyone about this podcast where you said you were leaning towards PlayStation, and then you'll be able to tell everyone I told you so.
Yep, there we go.
It'll be pretty sweet to be able to use my Elite Series 2 controller on my Xbox Series One X.
That's the thing, is like my Elite Series 2 is just, I mean, it's the best controller ever made. And I already have it. I already have my controller that I'm going to use for my Series X. So,
and you'll get another controller that you can use with it.
Yeah,
probably in the package. Or I wonder if they'll have a different SKU that comes without controllers.
Probably not.
Maybe eventually, but I don't think right away.
Yeah. All right. Well, you know what time
Damn
it is.
Arby's boys.
You know what time it is. It's time for the weekly trivia challenge.
Trivia!
All right. This week's trivia challenge comes from a website that I just Googled while we were talking about PlayStation. The 2011 first-person shooter Homefront was unique in the sense that the game featured a conflict on American soil. Which country was invading the United States in that game? Was it A, Iraq, B, China, C, North Korea, or D, Kumar?
I never played it.
Consider
It was
yourself
a
lucky.
remake of a game that came out earlier where Russia did, but they did change it for the second game.
Okay,
Oh,
so it sounds like Ben has an idea. Tim, you're up first.
I'm gonna go with North Korea. I have no fucking idea.
Tim, North Korea, final answer?
I guess.
Ben?
I'm pretty sure it was China, final answer.
Ben, China, final answer.
Yeah.
Well, Tim, congratulations. You just got a point.
Oh, it was North Korea? Damn.
It was North Korea.
I thought it might have been North Korea, but for some reason I was thinking no, China would make more sense. But
The single best part of that game was the marketing. The marketing for that game was insane. It was so cool. Then you rented the game from Redbox, and it was terrible. So, well,
the original one was okay, not great.
Like I said, never played it. Know nothing about it. The only thing I remember is maybe a white bandana with a red star on it.
Yeah.
Like on the cover. Okay.
Nailed
In
it.
the first one, I remember you start out as like you and your brother are plumbers in like Brooklyn, and I remember
This is
that
just
whoever
Mario
I was playing
Brothers the movie.
I was playing with a teenager, as a teenager with like one of my friends, and we were like, oh, we're Mario and Luigi.
yeah, this
Hell
just
yeah.
sounds like Mario Brothers the movie. All right, well, that's all we've got for you guys tonight. If you liked what you heard, don't forget to subscribe and follow us now on. We're now on Twitch. We're on Twitch. Here we are. We're here.
We're twitching.
So don't forget to like
joke.
and subscribe on whatever platform you found us on. And we'll be back next week talking about what, Tim? Next week is your topic.
Oh boy.
Video game magazines.
Oh, nice. That'll be fun.
Nintendo Power.
I'll
Nintendo.
have to
What?
dig that
Okay.
out.
Quick teaser. Which was you guys' favorite gaming magazine when you were kids?
Oh, Nintendo Power for sure.
PC Gamer.
I was all about GamePro. So we'll be talking about those next week, and I'm sure whatever else happens in the next 7 days. Until then, reset.
Bye!
See, Grand Theft Auto it actually ran better on Xbox.
Yeah, but it came out like a year later.
Yeah.
They had time to optimize it.
Well, also Xbox was better hardware.